Hi everyone, happy Friday. Really hope it's Friday. I've been thinking it's Friday all week though, so I could be very wrong, but let's hope not. Happy Friday. Today I am doing an update on our debt. So I have all of our debts that we had as of the beginning of the year. So back here on January 1st, way long ago, it's really 10 and a half months ago, but way back when, we had almost $85,000 of debt, and that was between one car loan and all of our student loans. So, I mean, 32,000 of it was the car out of 85 is, oh gosh, what, 53,000 in student loans. I did an original debt confession / update when I first started this channel back in August. And at that point, we had just paid off the car in July, and we were down to just under $50,000. And since then, it's been 2 months of throwing most everything. We still have a lot of other bills, but throwing most all of our extras to it, and I already have the ones paid off filled in here instead of writing zeros. So the car is still paid off. And then our 3 highest interest rate loans, student loans, which happen to be my husband's 3, are all paid off. So we've paid off the first 4. So our highest interest rate one now is my student loan that I got when I was getting my MBA. And that's my largest one. And I put in here their interest rate. So these are in order of interest rate. And then what their minimum payments were or are. And I think 1 or 2 of mine have changed slightly, and I did not update this. Because my loans ended up going into, I think it's called deferment. I had one class that I needed to finish taking, and when I took that, it registered me as in school again because I had taken a long-ish break when I had my last 2 kids. And so it registered me as in school again, so I didn't actually have any to pay anything. I still did. I still paid $420 a month, but instead of that getting distributed between my loans, it all went to this large one. Because it's the highest interest rate, that's why it went to that one. And so in that, interest was accruing on a few of them, and so when I graduated this last summer, and it registered that I wasn't in school anymore, it capitalized the interest, so the interest got rolled into my principal balance. So 2 of these, you'll see the balance actually went up since August, and that's because it was the interest that accrued during those 2 months I was on deferment. So in total, so these first 4 are paid off. So my loan that started out at almost $14,000, and I think it's something like 15 or 16,000 was the original balance. It is now down to $12,158.52. And these are just the principal balances. It does not include Interest that has accrued, it's just the principal balance, because interest accrues every day. I don't like adding that because then it just changes every single day. My husband's next one is down to $987.14. So that one went under $1,000. And you can see this one's $20 a month. So it's not moving a ton here, right? This is less than $100. This is $40. Just less than $40 in the 2 months. So, I mean, it's not accruing a ton of interest because the balance is so low. But because the payment's only $20, it's not moving it a ton. These would still take a couple of years to pay off if we were doing nothing extra. His next one is $1,705.41. Ooh, my writing is beautiful today. I've never been the neatest handwriter. And again, these $20, $40, it's not moving the needle much, which is a little frustrating. You can see it does over 8 months, right? That's $200. But in 2 months, it's $65. It's not a whole lot. My next one, and this is one that went up because so even though I was paying extra and I didn't have to, it all went towards this higher one, which I'm okay with. It's just a little frustrating when I go in and check my balance and it's increased. Not by much, just less than $15,000, but it's now $6,765.39. So you can see this one's just over $15. This next one did not accrue any interest. It was a subsidized loan from my undergraduate. So it's still exactly the same at $3,629.38. No difference. I wish that these moved more. But we're also in a season where we know we have a lot of bills coming up, between just different procedures that my family needs and doctor's appointments and follow-ups, and we just know that there's a lot of bills coming up. So these numbers aren't going to move a ton in the next few months as we stockpile some cash to cover those. But we will get back to this, or we'll figure out with bonuses and tax returns if that goes towards this or stockpile. So my next one also went up a little bit to $3,254.36. So it's just less than $7, which isn't a lot. It's just frustrating to see it go up when this last year we've worked so hard to pay things off and get into a better financial situation. And I mean, we have, right? This is $800 right here of minimum payments that we don't have to pay anymore, which helps us out in a lot of other ways. It's just a little disheartening when these amounts go up, even though I was continuing to pay at that time. So we'll get through it. We'll get there. Next is my husband's, and it still does not move very much. It's $2,074.90. There you go. 9 did not want to form properly. 98 cents, which is like $64. I will do the total at the bottom from August to October, and then also from the beginning of year to now to October 1st, because some of these numbers are different. Like I've made a payment on my student loans and things, so some of these are a little different. This My last student loan, my lowest little one, also didn't change from August. It's still $4,854.81. Ooh, my pen does not like writing the top of numbers right now. So there's still no change in that one. And then, as you see, this one, less than $10. Less than 10. It's not moving the needle. It's really not. It's barely doing anything. So this one, while being paid on, only went down to $783.43. It's like $14. That's it. Because it's less than $10 a month. It's gonna take forever. And then this is, for some reason, my husband's big one. I don't know why. All the rest of his are like 800. Here's a 2001. It's even these ones up here were 14, less than 8, 17. But this one's 8,000. But it's also the lowest interest. It's 4.05% interest. So it's a little one. I mean, it's a little interest rate, but it's a bigger balance. So it is down to $8,242.23. So $145, even though that's over $200 of payments. That's what interest. So even though it's a low interest rate, right? That's $60 in interest in 2 months. So when we were paying off the car, I was going in and looking at how much we paid towards the car and how much the principal balance actually changed, and seeing like how much we were still paying in interest. And it was still, even when we were putting like $4,000 in a month to it, it was still like $300 of interest. So interest is what kills you. So from August 1st to October 1st, there's a difference of 5,000. Ooh, it does not like the top of those. $5,029.15, which is great in 2 months. It doesn't feel like it when I see these little, well, this one's bigger. This one's $700 difference, but that's because that's where all of my payments have gone to, is this one. So it is nice seeing the number starting down here instead of at the top, like when we started. And this number down here is fantastic. I didn't realize that it was that much until I actually did this. And then the really exciting one, which if you didn't see it before, we cannot continue this aggressiveness. My husband sold cars to be able to pay off our car to start with. And that's just not really happening anymore. But the total difference between this $85,000, oh, no, I did this wrong. So this is the difference, but the actual total of this, oops, is $44,000. There we go. $455.65, which is a difference. This $5,000 is the difference between this $49,000 and this $44,000. There we go. And this difference is $40,284.97 that we have paid off since the beginning of the year. And I don't know, I'm very torn about it. I'm like, yay, that's exciting how much we've paid off, but it's still frustrating that we still have $44,000 of just student loans. I mean, that is it. That's all we have. We have our mortgage and student loans, and that's it. And I do understand that this is mostly me. I'm aware of that. My husband's is at like 13,000. Mine is at like 31,000. I do understand that it's mostly me, because this 12,000 is me, right? This one's mine. Where's my next one? This $6,000 one's mine. 3,000, 3,000, and 4,000. Right? Like none of mine are small ones. He's got what, 917 to 808 grand. So I'm aware that it's me. I'm aware that, but right, 2 of these are like my MBA. So I did get a great job improvement and income improvement with that. I'm just frustrated myself that, well, I'm the money finance person. The majority of this is still my fault. And I'm over it. And this is a me thing. My husband does not feel this way. It's just me. So, you know what? We're working through it. We're getting there. We're down almost half. I do have, let me see if I can find one. Yeah, I do have like my little debt payoff games that I do. And so this one, right, really close to 50% here. So those are mine. My kids like watching me color it in, and it is fun. So I get a little joy every month when I update my little Detris. It's fun. And that I found for like free online. I didn't make it. I didn't pay for it. I think I just Googled like debt payoff tracker and just looked through and found one that I thought looked fun. So that's what I do, and that's what's like I'm trying to get to the 50%, but also, right, we know that we have stuff coming up, so we're still paying our minimums on our student loans. And we're just trying to get through the next couple of months, and then with the new year, with bonuses and tax returns and everything, we'll kind of discuss where we are at that point and see what we need to do moving forward. So I'm not sure when I'm going to do another one of these updates, only because of the season that we are in at this moment. But maybe I'll do another one as of January 1st, just to see what minimum payments have kind of done, or if something has happened and we actually were able to put more towards it. Doctor bills might not have come in as high as we anticipate them being, or something happens. I don't know. Anything can happen. Christmas is a time of miracles. So that is my debt update. It's not as bad as it was. I mean, but 3 years ago, we both had credit card debts and other car loans, and our student loans were higher. And so this is an improvement over it was 3 months ago. It's an improvement over what it was at the beginning of the year. And I just need to remember that mindset that we are making progress and we are doing the best we can do in the moment of life that we are in. We didn't anticipate our baby needing tubes put in his ears. We didn't even realize that he was experiencing any sort of like hearing loss because of his ears. And that ended up happening, and he failed the hearing test at the doctor's office, and we scheduled the tubes in like the next 2 weeks, and we got the estimate for that, and that was a very sudden thing that popped up for us. So it's frustrating and it's annoying, and it's one of those things that is just life, and we roll with it. So hopefully no more of those things pop up, and we can get back to this, and I will be absolutely thrilled when my highest one comes up, because not only is $12,000 just a lot of money, but it's $185 a month. That is the minimum payment for this. So that will also give us a bit of breathing room. Just like paying off the car. That is the funny thing about paying off debt, though, because even though paying off the car, we're like, oh my gosh, that's $700 we get back now a month. We haven't quite felt it yet because it keeps just getting rolled into these other loans, and now doctor bills, and Christmas is coming up now too, and we know that for a couple of these holidays we're going to be traveling, and so there's just things pop up, and you have to remember things are going to come up, and it is okay, and we just keep moving forward the best that we can. And sometimes you have to reprioritize things in the middle of it. So debt was a priority before. We reprioritized for a few months, and then we'll get back to debt being the priority again in the new year, hopefully, as long as nothing else comes up. So that is my update. I would say if you have any encouraging words, or if you want to share how much you've paid off this year, put it in the comments below. I'm not sure how many people actually watch this to have enough people to do that, but if you want to and interact with the video and have more people see it, more people interact with it, that'd be cool. I guess people ask to subscribe and like and stuff, but I don't know. I do these mostly for myself. And no, it's just for myself. My husband watches them and he tells me that I'm somehow funny, but I don't see it. So I hope you have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. Bye.